Worries, let them go, and let this rain wash over. In my bunkers now, but the sun will soon be out, just like a memory, my love. Troubles, they come and go, so make the most of this time. Enjoy the simple things in life, and the rest will be just fine, like a memory, my love. And if there comes a time when hope is lost, thine and mine. And if you're feeling weak, take all the good that's left in me. I'm all yours. One day we'll be old, no time left to worry, and all I'll ever see is the happiness you've given me and more. And if there comes a time when hope is lost, Tyler's and mine. And if you're feeling weak, take all the good that's left in me. I'm all yours. And if there comes a time when hope is lost, Tyler's and mine. And if you're feeling weak, take all the good that's left in me. Take all the good that's left in me. I'm all yours.
Good morning, good evening, and good day. The last day of 2021, to be precise. You are tuned into Flexy Fridays, your weekly roundup of the world of music as we perceive it to be here in sunny Wrexham, where today we are finally joined by a fellow member of the Flexy Records team. I've been eager to introduce you to the rest of the crew. So here we have Todd Nathaniel. How's life, Todd?
Yeah, very good, thank you. How are you?
Yeah, doing good over here. Recently recovered from COVID, so that's all good news. So have you been enjoying the festive season?
Yeah, it's been really good, thanks. Yeah, it's just been nice to just unwind and see family a bit more. And yeah, even with everything going on, it's been nice just to kind of all just get together and hope for the best.
Yeah, 100%. I think it's nice.
Yeah,
a lot more families coming together this year, it seems, than like last year, where the fear was still quite high, you know. I think one thing our audience may be interested in knowing, as it is the festive season, is what is your favorite festive themed film?
Oh, it's it's a really sad one, but probably Muppets Christmas Carol.
That's a good choice,
Yeah,
actually. I always
can't beat it.
forget about that one.
Yeah, it's almost like a tradition of me and my fiance. It's like every Christmas Eve is just get like loads of picky food, just drink, and then watch Muppets Christmas Carol.
That sounds like a
After
good
this time,
tradition.
Elf. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we're looking forward to it. It's good.
Okay. So as it is New Year's Eve on the day of this being put out to the world, do you have any New Year's resolutions for 2022?
Do you know what? I haven't thought about it much. Every single year it's eat less, which kind of happens for about 2 months. And then it goes south for the next 10, to be honest. Apart from that, this year it's kind of I've still got like 2 more albums to kind of roughly organized, which are a little bit different to the current one. It's one's a bit more kind of metal, one's a bit electronic. So it's just something I wanted to do just for the fun of it, really. But next year is a case of get these done. So
oh, nice. So we got even more Todd Nathaniel magic on the way then.
Yeah. So I hope other people are kind of like expecting stuff to be eclectic, really, because I don't think, obviously there's going to be some things people will like off this and not the next, or vice versa. So it's,
nice, very exciting. Okay, so before we go any further with the interview, let's take a listen to another Todd Nathaniel original composition. This tune right here is called Lonely World, from the album which was released on December 17th. What is the name of the album?
That is the feature track. So Lonely World's the name of the album.
Lonely World is the title track of the album as well. So let's get that on right now. Enjoy.
I was just sitting and thinking to myself, where did the time go when it was just you and me and no one else? Come speak to me, 'cause this is all you ever need. Well, I can see there is nothing but you and me, and soon, my love, it's a lonely world without you. And I hope you know that I can't do this without you anymore.
That was Lonely World by Flexy Records co-founder Todd Nathaniel from the album of the same name, which came out on December 17th of 2021, which is definitely an album you should all be going out to get right now. If people do want to purchase or stream this album, where can they get it from?
If you want to purchase the album, you can go to my Bandcamp page, which is toddnathaniel.bandcamp.com. Buy a physical copy from there. Otherwise, it's on all major platforms and everything like that: Apple Music, Amazon Music, Spotify, Deezer, all them things.
Nice one.
So yeah, check it out wherever you like.
Yeah, I will be sure to put the Bandcamp link in the description to the video. So am I correct in understanding that you are responsible for all the instrumentation, vocals, and mixing on this recent release?
Yeah, it's a difficult one at the same time, because it's kind of, sometimes it's good to have other people's input to see how it changes. So it's kind of hard to like choose everything yourself to some extent. But so I think that's to be honest, this album took me about 1.5 years, something like that. 2 years. I think for that reason of just making sure I was happy personally with everything rather than having other people's input stuff. So to be fair, I got some great friends and stuff that have the whole time have gone, I don't like that bit, just change this and stuff. So I've had other people's inputs just to kind of steer me in some direction.
Nice. So it's pretty safe to say then that these songs really are an uncompromised artistic expression of yourself. You've done it start to finish. You've had a say the whole way.
Yeah. It's been fun to bring it out. Really, it's kind of there's a weird mix of songs on there, but it's kind of, I'd rather express it exactly how it comes out than try and conform to a style, whatever like that. So it's a case of whatever I felt like at the time, even if it's a completely different style to the rest of them, I've just kind of gone with it and gone, no, I really like that. So let's just do it.
Well, it really is a good album. I mean, I've listened to it from start to finish a few times now, and anyone watching this right now should be eager to go and get that album. Now, could you share with myself and of course our audience how you first became involved with making music?
It's from when I was about 7. I think I started playing piano. My cousin had a piano at her house and always used to mess about on it. So she said to my parents, you need to get one of them. So so from that point, really just loved music. So about 14, I started playing guitar and drums, stuff at school. And then from 16, 17, I played for covers bands, and I used to play and sing for a Bryan Adams tribute band. Did that about 8 years, I think, overall, which is great fun, to be fair. Did loads of it taught me a lot more than it probably would have if I'd just messed about with my own songs, really. So it's been fun.
So who are some artists that have left an imprint in the form of an influence on your sound?
I've got a really a wide mix of artists that I love, but for this album, it's probably been close to John Mayer, James Bay, Keen. I'm a really big fan of. Who else on this? Owl City, which is another really odd one. Obviously, Charlie Simpson as well from Busted and Fight Star. His solo stuff is amazing, to be fair, so he's been a big influence on it as well.
Oh, nice. So as you've been on the music scene for quite some time now compared to other up-and-comers that we have had on the show, have you ever had any celebrity encounters that have left you with a memorable story to tell?
There's one where I went to a gig in Oswald Street. There used to be a restaurant called The Wolves. And a guy I know used to manage a guitarist called Francis Dunnery from a band called It Bites.
Oh, yeah.
So he said, come down to the gig and, it'll be really cool and should be a good night. So I was like, all right, I'll be there and stuff. And then, I spent the whole night stood next to Robert Plant from Led Zeppelin, and he actually got up and did some songs with them and stuff. And it's just crazy.
Oh my gosh. That is certainly a story not many can tell.
Yeah.
So all the tunes that I've played on this episode have been from your album Lonely World, which came out on December 17th and is available on Bandcamp. Bandcamp, go and get it. Is this album released on Flexy Records?
It is, yeah. So it's it should actually be on Flexy Records website to purchase as well as Bandcamp's page.
Okay,
So
nice.
Yeah, so you can download it as a high quality, I think WAV file, as the entire album, or as a physical copy as well.
Oh, nice. So could you elaborate for our audience to what your role is within the Flexy Records dynamic, aside from being a very multi-talented musician?
Yeah, mainly my part in it is the producing side between me and Mark. Mark is amazing at writing lyrics as well. He's got an amazing imagination, to be fair to him. So it's, yeah, between us we kind of plan to kind of not in-house stuff, but obviously we've got what we need to produce. I've got the studio and everything as well. So between us, it's a case of Flexy Records providing, production for other people, and getting other people out there and stuff, really.
So how did the idea to set up a Wrexham-based record label come about?
There's part I can't talk about yet, actually.
Oh, is there?
So you'll hear more about that part anyway later down the line. But there's so many amazing musicians around Wrexham and Chester and this whole area, really. And there's a lot of labels, but there's a lot of labels set up that are kind of obviously just going, we just want to distribute your stuff, which is so cheap for people to do now. But we don't want to do any work, but we want a good percentage. So we don't want to do that. We want to be able to actually say, no, these are amazing people, check them out. We're not doing it entirely for the profit. It's just so we can provide the productions for them as well, and kind of hopefully kind of not influence their career too much to the point where they're not them anymore. Just so we can basically say, these are ideas we can work with, and we can take them to that next level in terms of production and stuff as well.
See, I think that's actually a very valuable thing to have set up, because although a record label, in many senses, it is now sort of irrelevant to the current music industry. But that goes back to what you were saying about these labels that don't really do much. Because the original idea of a record label was to distribute the music when it was being printed on vinyls and things like that. So now it sounds like what you intend to do with Flexy Records is sort of combat the current scenario where if you're a good musician, it doesn't matter, because you've got to be a social media influencer, you've got to be able to sell your music, you've got to be all these other things outside of being a musician. And even like for a lot of independent artists, you've got to be your own producer, and that's a lot to expect of someone that just picked up a guitar one day and went, I want to form a band. So correct me if I'm wrong, but it sounds like what you're trying to do is take off that pressure so the musician can be the musician, and you can take care of the things that are expected of people these days in the music industry.
Yeah, definitely. That's the thing. Obviously, the music's such a big part of it. It is about the music, but more than that now, sadly, it's more about image, and it's about the business sense, like you said, social media links and everything like that. So there's so many artists now that are obviously so good at social media, like people like Lewis Capaldi, who are just constantly on it, just with kind of funny videos and stuff like that. That makes it's probably made more impact in a way than his actual music has. So but at the same time, obviously a musician shouldn't have to worry about that. If that's not their personality, then that shouldn't be an issue towards them. If they've got amazing music, they've got amazing music. So if we can take that pressure away, like you said, and we worry about that.
So any artists that want to continue being creative, continue making music, and not worry about the pressures of the multimedia world that we live in, Flexy Records, we got your back.
Yeah, definitely.
So what was it like working with Four Tops on the Flexy Records release that started it all, Freedom?
That was crazy. But yeah, as the first collaboration and stuff, it's can't really describe it to it with Motown legends.
You pulled it out of the bag with that one. How did you get Four Tops on board for that?
It was through kind of a friend of Mark's, Chris, that's we've done work with before and everything. And he helped facilitate. He works with another guy called Marlin, who is the manager, and we helped facilitate an interview for Motown podcast. So we helped set that up so they could interview the Four Tops. So after that, we basically said, look, we've got this idea, we've got this song, see what you think of it. If you don't like it, that's absolutely fine. We honestly didn't expect to hear anything back. And then they came back and said, yeah, we really like it, let's get and record it. So yeah, things just moved really quickly then, so it's crazy.
Well, it certainly is a decent tune, but not only that, it's a decent tune with a message about the very real issue that we are facing as a planet right now, and that is climate change. And it comes as no surprise to myself that it's the artists who refuse to ignore this issue. So before I go ahead and play Freedom by Four Tops, could you tell us a bit about what is Change for Freedom and how is that linked to Flexy Records?
Yeah, Change for Freedom is mainly an eco-clothing company. So everything that we resource through it is eco-friendly, just to, obviously, everybody watches the news now so they can see what's happening with the planet and how much we desperately need to, step back from what we're currently doing. So Change for Freedom kind of started as a selling platform for the single at the same time. The reason for that was so it didn't go through major platforms. So that way we could control all the money that comes through it and then give a big chunk of it to WWF and Fridays for Future as well. So it's the same as the eco company as well. It also gives money to charity because that's it. We kind of discussed it about doing the website and taking it further, obviously, to start selling eco clothing apart from just doing the song. So saying you can, especially with the song itself, you can sing about it. That's great, but if you're not going to do anything about it at the same time, like songs, pictures, and everything else, can bring about change. But obviously, if you don't take it any step further, then you're not really achieving anything to do your part. So that's the idea of it, really, to do our bit.
Okay, yeah. So this is a very multi-sided thing here. You've got Flexy Records, where you're releasing your music. You've got Change for Freedom, which is the eco-friendly alternative to fast fashion. And then we've also got Flexy AV going on as well, supplying audio-visual needs to anyone that requires them, really. So yeah, very diverse range of skills coming from this Flexy brand.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, just throw it at us.
So for the members of the audience that want to support the Change for Freedom initiative, be sure to find out how you can do this by heading to www.changeforfreedom.com. This really is a worthy cause set up with the purest of intentions to fight climate change. Now, let's take a listen to the Change for Freedom anthem that was released on Flexy Records on the 5th of June, 2021, I believe. At least that's when it was uploaded to YouTube. This is Four Tops with Freedom.
Come save me from this kingdom. Give me your freedom. Ooh, yeah. Airborne gases affecting the masses, burning fields and crops and grasses, melting ice caps, there's no doubt. Fires and drought, rainforest, desert, river and drought.
What you just heard was the first ever Flexy Records release. That was Freedom by Four Tops, a melody with a message. So Todd, you've brought out an album on December 17th, and you've mentioned some things being in the works for the next year. So could you share with us any plans for 2022 that fans of yourself and Flexy Fridays can be looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm planning to bring out another EP in the same style that I've already done, because it's a case of, it's been, I don't know, I started writing these songs like 12 years ago, possibly. So it's a case of now I've released them, I've kind of got the bug for it a little bit. It's so nice to finally bring out something, and it's kind of, especially after so long, it's kind of your baby as well. So it's, yeah, it's a great feeling when you start bringing out stuff. So 2022, I just want to keep bringing out stuff, and hopefully the good stuff. I'm not just going to release everything that comes to mind. And then, yeah, so yeah, a bit more eclectic stuff as well. A bit of metal, a bit of electronic. And in terms of Flexy Records as well, we're hoping to push a lot more artists in 2022, a lot more local artists, and again, of every style really. So yeah, it's going to be a good year next year.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've heard, definitely Flexy Records is one to watch next year. I'm not going to let anything go, but I know a couple of things we got in mind, and it's going to be an exciting year. I certainly think it is. And from yourself, we got an EP and some eclectic sounds coming. So, woo, a lot to look forward to in 2022. Before we are played out by another Todd Nathaniel original from the recently released album Lonely World, is there a final message you would like to leave with our viewers to send off 2021 as we storm into 2022?
Yeah, for all the support you've given between my release and Flexy Records this year, just thank you so much, and hope you can enjoy the content and you can grow with us, and we can just keep building and building this. Again, it's not about, it sounds like a cliche to kind of say, it's not about the money, but it really isn't. It's kind of, it's about building something that people love and something we can really push. So yeah. And the more people that listen to that are supporting us with that, that's amazing. So
yeah,
thank you.
and I think it's pretty safe to say, if you want to make money these days, music's not really the route to go down.
No.
But that just shows how passionate you are about it, man. How passionate we all are about it. You don't need to be making money to enjoy being creative. Massive thanks to Todd Nathaniel for joining us on the podcast today. But not only that, I want to offer my personal thanks for giving me a job in which my passion for music is actually relevant and necessary. I really cannot express how grateful I am to yourself and Mark for the opportunity to be a part of the Flexy Records team. And of course, most importantly, I would like to thank anyone and everyone who has taken the time out of their day to watch this podcast right here. Your support throughout 2021 is the reason we are still doing this, and the gratitude is endless. So if you want to stay up to date on all things Flexy Records and Change for Freedom related, be sure to click on the Linktree in the description to this video. Now, without further ado, let's roll into 2022 with another Todd Nathaniel tune. This right here is Need Someone Tonight from the album released on December 17th, Lonely World, by our guest on the show today and co-founder of Flexy Records, Todd Nathaniel. Happy New Year, folks. Blwyddyn Newydd, and ciao for now.
Just a mile away from home, lock the front door, just another night unknown. I swear
If you want to stay up to date on all things Flexy Records and Change for Freedom related, be sure to click on the link tree in the description to this video. Now, without further ado, let's roll into 2022 with another Todd Nathaniel tune. This right here is Need Someone Tonight from the upcoming album, soon to be released. Oh, as if I said soon to be released right at the end there.
I'm not going to disrupt you.